Okay. So, standing tall, feet under hips, tummy in. Let's roll the shoulders up, back and down. Breathing in to lift and out to roll. And again, breathing in and out. Arms down by the side of the body. Let's slide the hand down on one side and up on the other side, turning the head, releasing into the neck, reaching away with the bottom arm. Good. Just one more time, please. Brill. Coming to center, tummy in, palms up, into waiter. Let's breathe in. As we breathe out, shoulders squeeze around the back. And breathe in, come forward, keeping the ribs down and soft. Turn the head to the right as you squeeze, please. Come center, inhale. Exhale and squeeze. Turn the head the other way. Slight nod of the chin before you turn the head. Keeping that moving, please. Stepping in this window. So one or two more, please finish with a head turn to the left. And relax, lovely. Let's sway the weight forward into the toes and back into the heels. Lifting the heels if we can as we come forward. Lengthening the arms all the way up if that feels okay. Guys, just one more here, then we'll try it with a split stance if we can. So come on down, take a small split stance. So you only want your toe sort of lined up with your heel, not too far. Tummy in, let's come back up onto the toes and balance. And come on down softly. Can we pick the toes of the front foot up as we sway back? Sway forward, come onto the toes, pick up the heels. Sway back, pick up the front foot. Two more. And one more. Come on down with the heels, hands behind the back, soften the knees. We'll come to the other leg in a moment. Hip hinge, flat back. Tabletop if you can. Squeezing the glutes to come on up. Keeping that moving at your own pace. And just one more here, please. Slowly does it. Brace the abs, soften the knees. Squeeze the glutes on return. Give your legs a little shake and then we'll change and split the other way. So toe more or less in line with heel and hip width apart this way. Swaying forward, rising up, balancing, coming above the head if you can. Coming down, swaying back, picking up the toes. Inhaling up, maintaining neutral. Keep the rib cage down. Two more. Last one. Bring the hands behind the back, open the chest, soften the knees. Lengthening the spine as we hip hinge. Peering over that ledge. Squeezing, coming up, tummy in. So we don't want the shape of the spine to change. Want the back to stay nice and flat. Chest to stay open. Good. One more time, please. Coming up. And just give everything a shake and quite a big rotation there. Lift the feet, let the hips join in. Good. coming to the upper spine. So let's go tightrope feet this time if we can. We're toes to heel, and we're just challenging that balance a little bit more. So squeeze the glutes, pull the tummy in, take the hands on the shoulders, relax, breathe in, breathe out, rotate to the right corner. Now those feet in tightrope will really challenge your balance as you rotate. So squeeze the glutes. Can you just think about your distribution of weight through your feet? So make sure it's not all in the back foot or the front foot. Make sure it's even as you continue to rotate there. And this will hopefully fix the pelvis as you move, finishing with one to the left, then coming to centre, changing the feet and pushing the arms forward, bow and arrow, breathing out to pull and into reach, and the other side. So let's have two more, following through with a turn of the head. And last one, finishing on the left. Good. Relax, give everything a shake there. Let's grip the pelvis, soften the knees, and start to move through pelvic tilt. So flexion and extension, softening down the tailbone, keeping the knees relaxed. Let's just have a couple more. And last one. Good, come on up. Let's bring our hug in and let's stand on the smooth side. So let's start with a little bit of ankle mobility first. So you want your feet together in the centre of the hug. Now I'm going to stand on one leg. If you think that's going to be difficult, go near the wall or work on the floor. Slide the right toe forward, flex and point. Looking straight ahead, flex with the wrists as well if you can. Squeeze into the left buttock, pull up through the left thigh, rotate please. Focusing straight ahead, really concentrating on the balance. Other way. Super, change legs please. Forward and lift, tummy in. Flex and point, looking into the distance. Stabilize the pelvis. Let's rotate slowly. Other way. Brill. Just pedal the feet there. And then let's come into full width of the hog squat. So hip hinge, sitting back. Coming up and lengthening. Breathing steadily as you go. Sitting back and holding if you can, rocking your hog backwards and forwards for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up through thighs, stretching, breathing in. Breathing out, sitting back, bracing the abs, rocking the hog as long as there is no pressure on the front of the kneecap. And come on up. One more set here, then we'll change the squat slightly. So sitting back and rocking your hog for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming up slowly, extending, inhaling, and then just relaxing into a foot pedal. So we're going to bring our feet together in the centre now, and let's just try side to side squat. So stepping down on the right foot, sitting in the centre, coming up, just moving slowly from right to left. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. Please make sure as you step you don't push across to one side. Good. And then we're going to come to the right and we're going to stay on the right. We're going to squat down, come up and standing balance knee lift. Stay on the right. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. Let's just stay here. Really engaging that core. Arms can do anything that feels okay to help you balance. Your next one, whoops, will be your last one. Do it better than that. And then come down and have a pedal. Let's try that on the other side, feet together. So stepping off the side, feet parallel, squash, come up, float the knee. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. Keep going. Not something sticking in my foot. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. The next one is my last one. Brill, little pedal. And we've got one more set here for our legs. So stay where you are. Put your left foot in the middle and take your right foot back. Or any foot will do. Heel is off the floor. Let's take the arms out to the side and sink into a small lunge. Not too deep, because this is really more about the balance. Breathing in on the way down. Breathing out on the way up. That's 2, we're doing 6. Breathing in. Breathing out. Making that balance and that core work hard. Also working into quads and glutes. 2 to go. And last one. Brill. Come off, give them a shake. Change and set it up on the other side. So foot in the centre, then step back far enough to keep the heel off the floor and make sure this knee doesn't push forward. So you're moving through the back knee. Arms out to the side, lateral raise into the shoulders. So we're not really hip hinging on this one. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. This is more about balance than depth. Super. Staying with the heel off the floor. Whoops, got 3 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Brill. Back you come. Give those legs a shake. So while our hug is out, let's have a hamstring stretch. 1 foot in the middle, hip hinge, drop down. Now, hands are on the bent leg, we lift the buttocks, we lengthen the spine, and we rock the hug. So you want that feeling of lengthening all the way down the back of that straight leg, hamstring and calf. And then we uncurl and we change. In the middle there, hip hinge, chest down, buttocks lifted, lengthening the hamstring all the time as we rock. Last one, let's uncurl. Brill, give those legs a shake please. Push that hug off to one side and then can you grab your weights for me? So let's come back to our balance. Let's go bicep curl, slowly, shifting the weight to the right leg if we can, picking up the left foot. Now you can either stay here just with bicep curl or you can add a shoulder press if that doesn't throw you too much off balance. but your primary goal here is to have good balance. Good. Let's keep moving. 3 more to go on this side. Coming into the last one. Super. Stepping down, coming onto the thighs. Let's release with a deadlift. So go to where you feel okay, but can maintain a flat back. Can't get my words out. So only go to where the back is flat. If it starts to round, then you've gone too far. 2 more here. Just releasing the hamstrings. And 1 more time. Standing tall, back into that hammer curl. Transfer the weight to the left. Picking up the foot when you're ready, tightening up the buttock. Shoulder press as and when you feel ready. So trying to get as much stability as we can in the lower half of the body as those arms are moving and really trying to throw us off balance. Focus is forward. 3 to go. Breathing out on the press. 3. Whoops. 2. Here comes the last one. Brill. Come down, weights together now. Can we row? Upright row and down. Just keep that moving. Breathing out to lift and into lower. Breathing out to lift and into lower. Keep that moving for me, please. Just got to tell David that they're ringing the doorbell with the shopping. David, the Asdermans at the door. 2 more. There we go. 1 more. That's never happened before. Where were we? Make that your last one. And put the weights down, please. Let's go with our roll down next. So standing where we have space, tummy pulled in, take the arms up into shoulder extension and also extend your back if it feels okay. Arms down, nodding the chin, rounding the shoulders, breathing naturally. Your knees are soft. Hands coming below the knees. Let's just sway the arms, please. Breathing in. Breathe out, rolling up. Super. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Nodding, rounding and rolling. Coming down to shin height if possible. So different section of the back. Let those arms sway. Take a breath in. Breathe out and roll up slowly. Going as far as we can go this time to really stretch down the lower part of the back. Nod round and roll. You can hold your elbows if you can get quite low because you don't really want to be touching the floor. So we don't want the weight to fall into the arms. And then you can either sway your arms or gently sway your spine. Let go of the elbows, palms to the floor with knees bent if you can. Walk your hands forward. Coming into downward dog, pressing the heels down there, stretching the arms. Can you pedal your feet, please? Super. From there, transferring to plank. holding for at least 2 breaths. And then if you're able to, press ups on the knees or the toes. Tricep or chest press up is fine. Coming back through downward dog and walking in slowly. So I'd like you to give me 2 more rounds of that. Now don't rush it. Really feel each position. So you're stretching your spine with a roll down, stretching your shoulders and hamstrings with your downward dog. Super. And then you've got your strength work, your plank and all your press ups. Super. So you've got 1 more set to go. And when you finish that last set, you're going to set yourself up on the mat. So finish your last set, then tip your screen and bring yourself down onto the floor with your equipment. And please just take your time to get there. And then once you are there, you can set yourself up with a cat stretch. So if you're still moving through that sequence, that's okay. Finish it off first. And then join me on the floor for flexion and extension. Make this the last one of the cat stretches unless you feel like you need more, and then we'll go back into child's pose and relax here. And you might want to release your wrists, you might want to release your shoulders, just whatever feels good. Bring your hands to the side of your knees, please. Support your weight and uncurl. Super. Can we come kneeling on the smooth side of the hog, please? So knees together in the middle rather than hip width, but hands are shoulder width. Weight is in the arms, toes are tucked under. We're going to slide the right leg away, squeeze the buttock, lift the leg, and then we are moving across the midline and tapping to the left, coming back up to center and tapping out to the side. Let's keep that moving slowly. Good. So just give me 2 more of those on that leg. I want you to keep your pelvis as still as you can. It's coming from the glute and the hip, but not from the pelvis itself. When you've done your last one, change to the other leg. Maybe give your wrists a bit of a circle if you feel like they need it, and go again on the other leg. So up to feel the glute squeeze, and then moving across slowly from right to left, getting height in the center, so like a big triangle, lifting and tapping. Keep moving on that leg, please. Good. We're going to have 2 more on that leg. And we're going to come back to that position in a moment, but to take your weight off your wrists, can you take your knees hip width apart and come up to the kneeling position? So tuck your tail under, pull your tummy in. Let's cross the arms over the chest, release the toes at the back, And let's hinge from the knee. So we want to hinge till we feel it down the quadriceps here. Don't throw the back out of neutral and then come back up. So breathing in to go back, you'll feel a bracing in your abdominals and you'll feel the quads working hard and coming up. Let's keep that moving. Breathing in to go back. Breathing out to come up. 2 more. Breathing in to go back. Breathing out to come up. And last one. Breathing in to go back. Breathing out to come up. Super. Let's come back down onto the hands. Move the weight forward, bring the knees together. Let's go back into leg circle. Right leg slides out to the back. Lifting, crossing the midline. So just tapping the toe. 10, 9, breathing steadily, abs are braced. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's change. Knee in the middle, toe tucked under, slide the left leg. When you're ready, squeeze, cross and tap. 10. So feeling the weight is in the arms, feeling the shoulders and the hips are as still as you can make them. Getting height through the leg by squeezing the glute, as long as there is no back pain. Four to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brill. Knees together. Come off the back. Good. From there, knees and hands apart, pelvic tilt. I haven't forgot about your quads, that's coming in a minute. I'm going to do it differently with a weight. Scoop. And release. Super. Can we pick up one weight in 2 hands and then come back to kneeling on your hug? So one weight in 2 hands. Rest it on the chest. Knees are apart, so toes are flat, not tucked. Hip hinge here, so we're adding resistance with the dumbbell if we can. If that's too intense on the back, then get rid of the dumbbell. My spine is staying in neutral, so is my pelvis. So the only movement is coming from the knee joint. Now if your knees aren't great, make it smaller. Just perhaps think about holding it longer. That will still give you resistance. So you can either go for a big or small range of movement. You can hold it a bit longer if that's what you need there. Good. Can we come up and hold? Drop your weight. Brace your abdominals, pick up your toes and balance. Can we curl? Shoulder press, toes stay off the floor. Coming down and lowering. Keep that moving for me, please. Just realised I need to tip my screen. I'd love to join you, but I need to tip my screen. So we're balancing with the toes off the floor. The spine remains in neutral. The abs are braced. The hamstrings are working really hard. The core is working really hard. Breathing out on the push. We're going to do 4 more here if we can. If your toes drop, just pick them back up. I think think we've got one more, couldn't be sure, but stop if you had enough. And come down, brill. Coming off that hook, pushing it off to one side, and then just coming back into shell stretch. So head can be on the hands, maybe release the wrists, perhaps you want to rest on your head, let your shoulders fall forward and take your hands to your ankles. Couple of breaths where you are. Bringing the hands to the side of the knees, supporting the body weight. And then uncurling slowly. Super. From here, we're going to come down and lie on our back. And I'd like you to put your weights either side of you, please. Pop something under your head. We're going to do chest flies shortly, so it will help to have a little bit of height under your head. So I'm lying down with my head supported. I'm bringing my knees into my chest and I'm drawing a circle with my pelvis. Go the other way and circle. Come to center, place the feet down. Feet hip width apart, picking the weights up. Pushing them up, knuckles on the outside. Coming into a wide chest fly, either from here or with your spine imprinted, your legs in tabletop, your knees hip width apart. When you're ready, make a start. Breathing in to open, breathing out to close. From here, you can either tap a toe to the floor with a bent knee, or your harder option is a single leg stretch away. Loading into the abdominals. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to close. Depending on how your back feels, you can do a double leg stretch. Now that will load your abdominals more, but if it irritates your back, it's really not worth it. We've got loads more ab work coming. So double leg stretch if it feels good, single leg stretch if not. Breathing in to open and out to close. Next one is your last one. And we relax. Feet on the mat, weights on the floor out of your way. Let's take our feet the full width of the mat, turn the palms to the ceiling. Rolling the knees slowly to the left and the right. Taking your time. Good. Once your knees have been to the left, come back to center, please. Good. Can you roll onto the side of your body that brings you to face me? And bring your hog under your head. Now, we're not going to put our head on it just yet, but make sure it's in the correct position. And then from here, you are going to come up onto your elbow. So elbow under shoulder, lift the rib. What we don't want is to sag down here and have this banana shape. So lift the rib, take your top leg over your bottom leg. Your bottom leg is currently bent. Hand on your thigh, you're coming up into a mermaid, so breathe in. As you breathe out, press down on the arms, almost like a side plank. Lift your hips high, get this arm over. And then come down slowly. Good. Eyes follow hand. Breathing out to push. breathing in to come down. Good, make sure the shoulders down and the neck is long. Don't sink into the collarbone. Just one more here. Can we hold? Now holding here in this side plank if you can manage it, just moving the arm. Staying up if we can cope, dropping and lowering if we need to. 2 more breaths here. So if it's gone into your neck or shoulder, it's time to drop. You will feel them working, but I'm still feeling this mainly in my waist. It's my last one. I'm coming down. Well done. Let's just rest the head on the hug. Well done. Can you slide your top leg over your bottom leg and just come out and open up? Because we're going to do one more exercise on the shoulder, but I just want you to release first. Hold it there and take some breaths. And then close back up for me. Good. This time, both knees are bent. And I'm coming back up onto my elbow. So I'm back on my elbow once again. Straightening out my top leg. Now I'm just going to put this hand on my hip for now to check that my pelvis stays still. Horizontal with the hip, kicking forwards. Coming back to neutral. And then moving just to the corner of the room at the back, so not as far when you go to the back. So I'd like you to flex your foot as you kick forward, and then point your toe as the leg moves back. Now, if you feel stable enough, extend this arm and lift the rib. If you feel like it's better on your hip, or even on the floor, you can take it there. Breathing out as we kick forward. Breathing in to come to center. Breathing out to move it back. Just one more in either direction. Brill. Bring the knees back together. Come on down and relax. Let's go back to that stretch. Cross top over bottom. Nice wide opening. And just take a couple of breaths there. Closing up. Good. So either rolling over or coming down the other end of your mat. So I'm going to come down the other end. Make sure my hug is there if I need it, but then I'm going to come up onto my elbow. Make sure it's right under the shoulder and my rib is hitched. So my bottom leg is bent, my top leg is straight, and I'm resting on the side of the foot for mermaid. Taking a breath in, breathing out, lifting the hip and the ribs, taking the arm over, hips high, head down, and come all the way back slowly. So breathing in at the bottom, breathing out to push, breathing in to hold, breathing out to come down. So you don't have to follow that breathing pattern, but that's how slow you want it to be. If you can hold the next one up, hold it up and just continue to move the arms. If that is stressful on the shoulder, please just continue to lift and lower the hips. So we're in a nice strong side plank there. Feeling the abs and the waist braced. We've got just one more breath in and out. And then we're coming all the way down. Release the shoulder, head on the hug. Top leg over bottom leg. Rotate, turn the head, and hold the stretch. Closing back up slowly. So setting up for your kick. Knees are bent, legs are together. Coming back up onto the elbow if you can. Hand on the pelvis to check stability. Stretch out that top leg, level with your hip. Take a breath in, breathe out, kick forward, flex the foot. Breathe in, come to neutral, point the toe as the leg moves back, not as much, small to the back. So quite big to the front to really engage the abs. Quite small to the back, you should feel the glute engage with a small movement. If you can point and flex your foot as you do that, do. And if you can extend that top arm to the ceiling, that will help you stay lengthened out of the waist and the shoulder. So if your bottom rib has started to drop towards the mat, lift it back up. One more time. And come on back down to that nice deep rotation. Top leg over bottom leg. Roll across the hog. And hold. Taking some breaths. And then closing up, please. When you're ready, I want you to roll onto your back for me, please. Take your hog from under your head. Put it under your feet, please. Let's have pelvic tilts to release the back, and then we'll go into shoulder bridge. So I've got my heels fairly close to my bum. My hands are just down to start. You can turn your palms up if you like, if that helps to get the shoulders flat. Let's just rock on and off the sacrum. So just creating an arch under the back, then neutral, then imprint with a very small lift of the bum, but your focus is very much on the lower back and the pelvis. And if your back has now released, next time you tilt the pelvis, you can press your feet into the hog and start to peel yourself up into a shoulder bridge. Do it slowly. Take at least 2 or 3 breaths to get to the top of the shoulder bridge. If everything feels okay, add an arm float either to the ceiling or all the way overhead. If you feel strong enough to hold this position, you can rock your hog backwards and forwards. You can squeeze your knees in and out, or you can do both if you're dexterous. If you feel like you need to come down and release, please do. I'm going to stay here for 4 more. Breathing steadily. And then I'm going to lower down slowly through that bicycle chain, 1 leg at a time. Once you come to the bottom, fully relax everything before you tilt and set the whole thing up again. So this is led just by how your body feels at your own pace, with as much or as little height as you like. Option to knee squeeze and or rock the hog. So if you're counting them, maximum of 8. And then once you've done that set, you can come back down in your own time, and we'll just do 1 more set. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Holding your hips higher than your ribs, so get height through the pelvis. I don't know why I've got a squeaky hog tonight. It's not normally squeaky. 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, come down, finish off your set if you're still working. Once you're down, moving your hog off to one side, and let's have a nice long full body stretch to release the hip flexors and just take some breaths. Allow your ribs to flare. That's what you want. Breathe into your diaphragm. Bringing your arms back slowly and then drawing your legs in. So we've just had that lower back in extension. Now let's have a look at flexion. Bring your knees in, please. Just draw a circle with the pelvis. Go the other way. And then let's set ourselves up for single leg stretch. So pelvis is still. Peel your head and shoulders up if you can into a little ball, and then we stretch from there. Good. Long and slow. Option to add rotation. Option to let go of the legs. Exhaling slowly as the leg stretches away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming in and coming down. Can you give me hip rolls, either with your feet together or apart and your arms out to the side? So just really nice relaxed rotation from right to left. Get some head support there if you want it. Once your knees have been to the left, come back to center. Good, let's have one more for the abs here. Let's pick up our weights for tricep. So pushing to the ceiling, pinning the shoulders down, starting either with your feet on the floor or your legs in tabletop and your spine in neutral. Can you go into either alternating single arms or a double tricep press? If your spine is stable, single toe tap to the floor, then back to tabletop, or single leg stretch away, high or low. Check the alignment of your arms. Dumbbells should be coming to the ears. That means the elbows will be pointing to the ceiling. Breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. Super. Keep that moving. If anything's pulling on the back, you can come back to just holding in tabletop, or perhaps do a toe tap, or even bring your feet to the floor. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down and lose the weights. Well done. Big starfish stretch. 4 corners. And just take some breaths here. Bringing the arms back. Good. Drawing the legs in. Can you roll up to the seated position for me, please? And then let's sit on the smooth side of our hug. Let's do so. So I'll come on a diagonal in the hope that you can see me best from that position. I'm going to take my legs out. My bum bones are in the middle of the hog so that I can lengthen my spine and tip forwards. And then I should feel a really strong stretch on the insides of my thighs and probably running down the hamstrings as well. So spine is lengthened, arms come forward and then open out. Keeping the arms this width apart. Take a breath in. Breathe out, rotate to one side. Keep the arms open, come back to center. So the arms are in a fixed position and the rotation is coming from the midpoint of the back. Good. So we're pivoting across the back of the bra strap there. And if everything's okay, 3 little pulses. Turn, 2, 3, come center. It's still the spine turning, it's not the arms moving. Rotate, pulse. So feel your shoulder blades are connected round the back and the muscles are stay switched on. One more set. Come center, and let's just have a relax for the shoulders and the arms. Hands on the floor. Let the spine round. We want it to stretch from that straight position. Good. And then come back up, and we'll do a variation on that if the hips and the back allow. So I'm going to rotate. No pulsing, little finger to little toe on the opposite side. So this time the arm is coming in as I hinge from my hip. So I rotate and I flex. Miles away on this side. Little bit closer on the other side. So if your back or your hips don't like that, then feel free just to stay with the pulses in the upright position. You might find you're starting to slide down your hog, and that's okay. As long as the spine straightens in between. Next one is your last one. Coming to center. Brill. Can we come back down with the hands, please? Perhaps you can curve your spine and get your elbows on the floor, or maybe just close to the floor. Use those nice warm hips and legs to improve the flexibility there. Good. Oh, we're all getting closer to the floor. Well done. Coming up. And then bringing those legs in. Give them a good shake. And then give them a little hug. Maybe a rock. And then just hop off that hug, please. Super. Come on down onto your back and then do what feels good. Hug, roll, tilt. I feel like we've got just enough time for some straight leg scissors. Pop your feet on the floor, nothing under the head, spiky side of the hog under the pelvis. Tailbone at the top of the hog, buttocks to the front. So easier option would be to come to tabletop, soften the ribs, engage the abs, and just stretch one leg at a time. Harder option, toes to the ceiling, straight leg scissors, one leg drops, we breathe in. Sharp breath out, we scissor kick. If that feels okay, hands to the leg, pull on the calf. 3, 2, 1, and switch. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Keep moving. I'm just going to get us a little bit more music, because you don't want to listen to me heavy breathing, do you? Keep that going. It's over here from me shouting at the shopping man. We are nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Well done. Hug the knees in and then stretch the legs away. Over that hug if it feels good, take it away if it doesn't. Bring your arms over, please. Draw your legs in. Take your hug away. Super. Pop something back under your head if you want it. Hug the knees in and little circle there. Guys, I've not got a band here, but if you want to use your band for hamstring, do. Let's finish with a hamstring stretch. I'm just going to hold my leg and push my heel up, and then I'm going to walk up my leg and hold my stretch here. If you'd rather just do a band stretch, that is fine. Lengthening my bottom leg and just holding on to the stretch. Taking a breath in. Breathing out, increasing the stretch if you can. Pushing the heel to the ceiling so we pull down both ends. And then bending the knee and changing feet inside the band or with the hands. So if it's hands, they start at the back of the leg. If your band is around your foot, elbows on the floor. So I'm walking up my leg to develop the stretch. You might just want to pull your band further. I'm going to stretch my bottom leg away and hold the stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out to increase the stretch and pulling. Pushing the heel up to pull both ends of the hamstring and calf. Bending the knee, easing off, getting rid of that band and rolling over onto all fours, please. Good. Coming into downward dog. Pressing the heels down. So as we've gone for all the harder options today, instead of walking your hands towards your feet, can you walk your feet towards your hands? If you're not designed to do that, please don't worry. Good. Hold it here, palms down. Breathing in. Breathing out, bending the knees and unrolling up very slowly. The head coming up last. Super. Standing tall, inhale. Exhale, come across, push the hip if it wants to go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push the hip if it wants to go. Come center. Arms down. Release the shoulders. And release the spine and the pelvis. And give yourselves a clap. Well done.